This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing. In our business, there is no second place. Either you're first or you're last.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready?
And now, the W with Walls and the Crew.
Good morning.
Where winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. On 100.1 FM.
Good morning.
And Facebook Live.
Back like we never left, another Saturday morning with the W Show, Kansas City, talking sports and pop culture. If this is your first time checking us out, don't know where you've been, but appreciate you hanging out with us on this unspring-like Saturday morning in April 19th, that is. I'm trying to make it a day later. C. Lens, what's up, man?
I'm doing good, man. Just happy to be here as always.
We're gonna have to get you. I brought you some donuts this morning. I thought that might perk you up a little bit. He said, "I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be here." This is a P-Dub takeover as he joins the show along with Darren Smith. What's up, Darren? I'll start with you, man. Host of the ship. What's happening?
Not much, man. Texting you in the middle of the night, like, man, it's playoff time. You know what time it is. I better see you over in Kansas a lot this week, these next 2 months.
Yeah, NBA playoffs is here. We'll dive into that later on in the show. P-Dub, what's up, man? Host of Talking Around the Bases. How are you?
I'm feeling good. Great. Springtime, baseball weather. Trying to go get some bombs.
This is baseball weather?
I wouldn't say like crazy baseball weather, but it's good. It's cool. I would play in it.
It's hoodie baseball weather.
Yeah.
It could be worse, though, because you could have been in Cleveland for their opening day when it was snowing. So
Yeah.
It was snowing my opening day. It was like snowing, like wet weather.
Yeah, that was like 40. Actually, it got down to like 39, I think, for your first opening weekend. Yeah. That's crazy.
Gonna make a man out of you.
Play through it though.
That's right. Y'all did. You did play through it. Hoodie and all.
Hoodie and all.
How you feeling today, man?
Pretty good. Some a little tired, but I'm cool.
Okay. All right. Well, we got a lot to talk about on today's show. Of course, we're going to talk some Royals baseball. We're gonna talk a lot of baseball today since it's your takeover day, man. We're gonna talk Royals. We're gonna talk a little Jazz Chisholm. We're going to talk some WNBA. Paige Bueckers, she was the #1 draft pick in this year's WNBA draft. We'll also talk the Chiefs. We'll talk and find out exactly what Darren's thoughts are on who the Chiefs might take in this year's draft. We'll also talk some Deion Sanders, your boy. Both your boys, Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders, they make some headlines this week as their jerseys are retired. We'll dive into that and get your thoughts. Plus, we'll have our sneakers of the week coming up in about 30 minutes. Let's get to today's headlines.
And now, here are the biggest sports headlines from this week. We bring them to you every Saturday morning on the W with Walls and the Crew on 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
All right, man, the Royals, they've had struggles as of late. The last 5 games, they're on a 5-game losing streak. More recently swept by the Yankees in the Bronx. Your spot. The Bronx. And lost the last 2 games in Detroit against the Tigers. So offensively, they haven't been good. They haven't been able to get it done at all. They've not scored more than 4 runs in the last 14 games. Now sitting at 8-13. They're 2-9 on the road. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, is it something? I know it's early, but is this something, and Peyton, I'll start with you. Is this something that can be fixed, can be turned around quickly?
I think it could if we like make some changes in the lineup. I think we should like have Vinny batting 4, Salvi batting 3, and maybe move move some guys around in the field. Like, I would say like I wouldn't really know. I would know, but like I don't like. I feel like if we move like the outfield around a little bit more, like had Hunter Renfroe batting like fifth,
Yeah.
and then had him playing center field or something like that, I think we would be pretty good. But other than that, I really don't know. I feel like it's early. We could get it still going. It's probably just the nerves and the nerves are kicking in.
Yeah.
But once we get rolling, we'll be good.
And so it was announced early, just this morning that MJ Melendez, outfielder, you talk about making some moves in the outfield. He's been optioned down at AAA Omaha. It opens up a roster spot for Mark Canna. Of course, outfielder, first baseman. Darren, you've been out, few games earlier this season. What have you seen so far in this Royals team?
Thinking about kind of what Peyton was saying, where the team is having problems scoring runs, and you get some production from Witt, you're getting it from Vinny, but when you have like four players that are tied for the team lead at 2 home runs apiece, you're not getting a lot of power, you're not getting a lot of runs batted in, and then the pitching seems to where they're giving up runs early on, and because you're having a lack of production on the offensive side of the ball where you're trying to score runs, you're putting the team, like Cole Reagan's the other day, against Detroit, I think it was, he had 8 strikeouts, and but the team could not get batters in position to where they can score runs, and so I do like the idea of maybe shuffling some players around to see what would work, putting them in different positions in the lineup. Maybe you can score a few more runs there because the meat of it is where you got Salvi, Witt, and along with Vinny, all bunched up together. You're not getting a lot of production in the other parts of the lineup, and that's, to me, is one of the biggest reasons why the Chiefs have been, not Chiefs, but the Royals have been unable to score a lot of runs.
See, Liz, you've been out covering this team for a few games, closer to the field than we are. What have you seen as far as from the Royals production goes?
I will not act like I know the ins and out of baseball, but I just feel like there's like really no energy. Like, I don't know if it's the chemistry's not there yet or we're just too early in the season, but it doesn't look like there's any energy in that bullpen right now. Like, I feel like they need an energy guy to, really ignite the team, light a fire under something. They need something. And
as Darren talked about, Bobby Witt Jr., Peyton, he's leading with 313 batting average, has 9 doubles, 2 home runs and 9 walks and 8 RBIs. Vinny is 8 for 37 with the home run and 3 RBIs over the last 10 games. You need some production other than Bobby Witt Jr. if this team wants to be good.
Yeah, I think we need somebody like Salvi to step up and like lead the team more than what he's done. We need to have fun. Yeah.
It's like what C-Lin said. And I hate to go back to those 2014, 2015, that run, 2013 run when you had the Moose, you had Gordon, you had Salvi, Hosmer, Otto. They were young, and now you have to match Bobby Witt Jr.'s energy, and they haven't been able to do that.
Well, I would agree with you there, but baseball in the simplistic form, I mean, you can do what those 14, 15 Royals teams did, where you were hitting for production, where you're not always trying to hit the ball at the ballpark, but hitting to advance. I mean, trust me, one thing I've learned about these sports is that singles can add up to doubles, can add up to triples, and can add up to home runs, and to where you just want to get production. Look, if you were to look at what the Royals are averaging, we talk about obviously Melendez. I mean, he's averaging less than 1 hit per every 10 outings. I mean, they're really not able to hit the baseball right now. And so for me, I want to see these players get on base. And then once you get on base, try to do something. I know Bobby, I think he's in the middle. what is it, 14, maybe 15, 16 game hitting streak, I think, right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
and so you know, like I said, between he and Vinny, they're the only ones that's really putting out the production right now, and it's kind of disappointing because, again, it doesn't really take a lot. You know, just get a single, bunt, get on base, and then from there you put yourself in positions to just, you know, take small baby steps. But again, one thing, you know, we can't excuse the pitching either. You know, the pitching giving up a lot of runs early on and putting the team behind it is something that you know, the managers just can't allow.
Yeah. Can they turn it around, Peyton?
I think they can. I really don't know, but I think they can. It's pretty early, so once they just get going, get the energy hype, like Bobby said, once the boys start playing some ball, I think they'll go crazy.
If you can try to get out there with a split and winning today and tomorrow, and then try to, because they host the Rockies, so you know, I mean, if you can do something within this homestand, and they actually have a long homestand this week, of course, with the draft. You know, with the Chiefs, you know, hosting their draft stuff this week. I mean, and I think the Royals, they have an early game on Thursday to avoid the issues with that. So again, just try. You don't have to try to sweep, but at least try to split and try to win a majority of these series, and just get yourself to 500 and then go from there.
All right, Dallas Wings select UConn's Paige Bueckers, number 1 in the 2025 WNBA draft. So Dallas Wings general manager Kurt Miller said he woke up Monday feeling like it was Christmas morning. By the end of the day, he had his franchise player. So Bueckers, 3-time first team All-American from Hopkins, Minnesota, became the 6th player and first since Breanna Stewart in 2016 to be the number 1 pick, winning a national championship in the same year. So Bueckers led the Huskies to their first NCAA title in 9 years and the program's 12th overall just a couple weeks ago. So Bueckers is a 6th UConn player to be drafted number 1, joining a distinguished group of WNBA superstars that include Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, Tina Charles, Maya Moore, and Breanna Stewart. Any surprise that she was going to go number 1?
No, I think the biggest surprise was the fact Olivia Miles from Notre Dame avoiding the draft and going to the NIL, because she was supposed to be the number 2 pick, but no, her going number 1, no, that was expected. I think the crazy thing would have been had she decided to come back to school, because she could have had that option as well.
Yeah, and one player that we got to see down at Big 12 this year was Hailey Van Lith. She's been not shy to social media. A lot of people love Hailey Van Lith. What were your expectations this year at WNBA draft? Any surprises to you?
Nah, not really.
Yeah,
considering she won a national title.
Hailey Van Lith. So Hailey had a few transfers. Or are you talking about Paige?
I'm talking about Paige.
Yeah. Paige won a national title. Yeah, this year.
And then Hailey, didn't she play for LSU? She played for LSU with Angel Reese,
Mm-hmm.
and then they won.
Yeah,
I think in 2022.
Yep.
So she has winning experience.
Mm-hmm.
So they both are pretty good.
Yeah. I like the fact that Hailey did get drafted, and we got to see her this past year, only for 1 year at TCU down at Big 12.
Yeah, but again, now we get to see Olivia Miles though coming next year, who's going to be pretty much taking her spot.
Yeah. All right, the Kansas City Chiefs have 8 total picks coming up next Thursday. Wow, draft is already here. Man, it seems like we just played the Super Bowl. The draft is like I said, a week away. They have 4 picks in the top 100. They are, of course, fresh off the 3rd Super Bowl. Who are you guys expecting the Chiefs to draft this year? What, to me, I'll start. Top 4 spots. Let's start there. Running back, offensive tackle, defensive tackle, cornerback.
I would, knowing how the Chiefs have been drafting these last few years, I would definitely go offense side. I can see them trying to go with a wide receiver so you can get that 5th-year option. Then looking at a tackle, maybe the 3rd round. I would go D-line 2nd round, and perhaps, well, depending on, I don't know where all their picks are at, but I can definitely see them getting I see them getting a running back within the 2nd or 3rd round as well.
To me, I'm not really a football guy, to be crazy, but like I would say cornerback, I think his name is Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
He played for KU.
Yeah.
I really want him.
Really?
Yeah.
Why you like Kobe?
I don't know. He just seemed electric to me.
Yeah.
And then I think a running back.
And to be honest, it's funny you say that. The Chiefs are in that line of where Kobe is going to be drafted, where he's set to be drafted at. And then you think about cornerback, of course, you have they signed Christian Fulton this year. You still have McDuffie, Jalen Watson, and Joshua Williams are both on their final year of their rookie contract coming up. So you're going to need some depth at that cornerback position. You're going to need guys, because you're not going to be able to keep both Joshua Williams and Jalen Watson, depending on how they play this year. Because that contract year is undefeated.
Well, depending on how they play, but also they're not going to cost as much just because of where they were drafted. And so
depends on if let's say Joshua Williams comes out and has 8 picks.
Well, I was gonna get to that part. But,
yeah.
But here's the thing, man. What bothers me about what we're going to see this weekend, and Brett Veach has talked about managing, trading down and acquiring additional picks. I always look back at the team's Super Bowl performance and whether or not they were exposed. We saw when we were in Tampa, Steve, that the offensive line was got them in trouble. The offensive line got them in trouble again this year, but also the fact that Andy Reid and them kind of abandoned the run game before it even started in the Super Bowl. So, and then when you look at the wide receivers, we know that who was it? Rashee Rice may miss a game or two.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know really the situation. I'm presuming that Worthy should be in the clear with this situation, or the situation that he found himself in. He's
gonna serve some time suspension.
Okay. So you look at that. You got Hollywood back, and but for Chiefs fans, their question is, do they really want to rely on Remigio and Sky Moore and some of the lower tier wide receivers that really don't have that name brand? And so the Chiefs, even though they did not have a big splash in the free agency period, and that's kind of questionable as well. I know they did try to address some of the offensive line issues, but again, I'm wondering what they're going to do at pick number 31. I mean, people are trying to, and we know how Andy Reid is about the Big 12 and SEC in Missouri. So could that be a spot where they draft Luther Burden, from Missouri, or will they wait and see what other wide receiver? Because I mean, you can probably get a wide receiver from Ohio State or Oregon or someplace, if you want to do that. Because I do know that they do like getting those wide receivers in the first round, because they can take advantage of that 5th-year option. And we know every year they always draft defensive back. So yeah. I'm not too concerned about that, because I know that they'll find one somewhere in the draft. But I look back at what the performance was in the Super Bowl, and how do you feel like you're going to be able to get yourself back there if you don't address those issues?
You mentioned I think their number one need is to protect Patrick Mahomes. We can't even say just $500 million guy anymore. You've got this championship window.
Yeah, but
dependent and hold up, you never mind the money. You've got this championship window. Yeah. Where the Chiefs are in that, and they've lasted longer than normal teams in that window. I mean, just starting from 2019 to now. I mean, most teams get 2 to 3 years in that championship window, and then it's another 10 years before they can get back there. So I think you've got to be able to protect him. And I know you brought in what's the offensive lineman, Jalen Moore from San Francisco. You brought him in. You still have Wanya, you still have Kingsley, but you've got to be able to protect. You've got to be able to protect Patrick Mahomes.
There is talk that if he's available at number 31, they might look at getting a tackle from Ohio State. My only issue, and we've talked about this throughout the season, is that if you're protecting Patrick Mahomes, and they've done this the last few years, and we've seen it. We talked about Wanya, we talked about Kingsley. You can't keep drafting these offensive tackles in the first, second round, and they're not panning out.
Yeah,
and so for me, if I'm worried about the protection of Patrick Mahomes, I'm not using unless you find a Joe Alt, But of course, you got to be bad. You got to be up at number 6, like the Chargers were last year. if you're not able to find one of those players, you've got to sign a left tackle, in free agency, because you can't afford to, as Patrick was doing these last 2 years, running for his life because he doesn't trust his left tackle position.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
That's where I'm at as it relates to drafting a tackle in the first round.
Yeah.
I can't, because if he's not a stud and you don't have the type of confidence in him, I can't do it.
Yeah,
I say we just need a dog. We need somebody who could just fight, no matter what, no matter the issue, no matter the position we're in.
Situation.
We just need a dog who can go out there and fight.
But the only problem with that, Peyton, is that you're really not going to find it at 31 because that dog is already going to be gone.
No.
There's some hidden gems in the draft every year.
You're right as it relates, because if we look at Trey Smith in the 6th round, but of course he dropped because of his health issues. Otherwise, he would have been higher.
I give you one even better, Isaiah Pacheco. You can't say that.
Hold on, because we were talking about offensive line. I'm not talking.
You talking about offensive line or just any position?
Any position.
Okay,
we need somebody who can go out there and just fight.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, so let me ask you this: if there's a wide receiver at number 31, do you go get a wide receiver?
I say we could, because if he's able to, Patrick Mahomes just throw the ball up and he can go get it.
Yeah,
that's cool. But we also need offensive linemen too. But if somebody can go get the ball and Patrick Mahomes can just throw the ball up and go get it, then I say we take him.
Yeah, we always talk about best available. So I mean, if you can get a wide receiver at 31, and it's like, all right, somebody that, because you remember their last few picks at 31, you start with Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Mm-hmm.
Start with then Xavier. You got Xavier Worthy's in there. You got Trent McDuffie in there. You got and Felix.
Yeah.
How many of those have panned out? Just one? Two?
Man,
one in a possible, because Xavier Worthy hasn't really he's just scratched the surface of his potential.
Okay, so you had 2 in the 1st round with George and
George. Yeah, and George.
And Trent.
Yeah.
But so I'd say 2 in the possible, because I can't take away what Clyde did. You know what I mean? Because granted, Clyde, his first year, I mean, he played well. He played well. I mean, they just didn't have an offensive line when it came time to.
True. And then the injuries.
Yeah. And so I'd say 2 in a possible. I mean, 2 and 2 possibles, because we don't know what we haven't seen what Worthy's going to be able to do. And obviously Felix is still a work in progress. And I think that was more of a hometown pick, more or less, when the draft was here. So
yeah, most folks don't understand Chris Jones is 31 years old this year. So he's got more football behind him than he does in front of him. So I feel like you've got to go. I mean, I know you've got George, but you've got to look at the defensive tackle position, because you've got Turk Warden, who left. You got our boy Derek Nottie, who's gone. So now you've got an older crew with Mike Pennell and the other guy, Jerry Tiller.
To your point, because I know we got to move on, but to your point, I'm with you on the skill position. I think you should get a skill position with that, but do you focus more on the defensive side of the football, a la kind of, if you're looking to see what Philadelphia did to you in the Super Bowl, are you focusing more so on defense or offense this time around?
I say we focus more on offense, because our defense did get some picks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it was his last name's Cook.
Yep, Brian Cook.
We did get some picks.
Yeah.
They did play good.
Yeah.
We had Xavier Worthy on the other side of the ball who was playing crazy. We just need.
We had backups. They had backups at the time.
Man, I feel like
everybody tried to say it was all just backups when the Worthy was going out.
No, I'm saying late in the game. I'm saying he's going early, but at the end of the game, it was backups he was going against. We gotta keep it real.
I think that they should replicate that 2022 draft. I think that was their best draft up to date. Like not every pick, but majority of them really panned out and helped the team the next season. So I think if they go in there with an open mind and, really, like he said, look at that Super Bowl and like try to place these players in that position. Like, if we would have had this player, would this have worked out? Like, really just going there with an open mind and a solid game plan on what we like actually need, and not just a hype name.
one position that they have to come out with the good player is running back. I do believe the amount of running backs that are in this draft, you can find one that can contribute right away. And I think, depending on what round you're looking at, maybe second, maybe third, I think you can either get Travion Henderson or Justin Jenkins out of Ohio State, one of those two running backs.
And real quick before we move on, you talked about that 2022 draft class, and I almost forgot who all was in that class. You had round one, of course, you had Trent. Round two, you had Karlaftis and Brian Cook. And I didn't realize Brian Cook was drafted in round two. Wow. Round five, Darian Kennard. Round seven, Pacheco and Jalen Watson. Then you also had Leo Chenal in that draft as well. Joshua Williams was in that draft. We talked about Jalen Watson. All those guys had to play.
Starters.
But even still, Watson wasn't a starter when they drafted him. Isaiah Pacheco was not supposed to be a starter. None of those guys were supposed to be started. George Karlaftis didn't start at the beginning.
Only one that was a starter was Trent. Well, I'm sorry.
George was behind Frank.
Yeah. Well, let me say the only one that was supposed to be a starter their rookie year.
Yeah,
Trent.
Of course,
however,
first rounder.
But however, Pacheco started. As we were when preseason was starting. So, I remember Steve and I were in Chicago when we were like, this is the guy. Quick question about that though. So when you look at it, and look, we talk about it all the time. The Chiefs, they play the draft picks, all of them, right away. I mean, most of the time, 98% of their draft picks make the team. And what they always do, and what we try to tell our fans is that when camp starts, they always mix the rookies in with the veterans right away, get them, get them the reps and stuff, and then they play them a lot during the preseason. So when the time comes in the regular season and they get their PT and the lights are bright, Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night football, they're not afraid of it, and they can make the big plays because they've already been ingratiated with the veterans in the offense and defense.
Right, I agree. Deion Sanders, talk about your boys real quick, man. He responded to a jersey retirement controversy that Colorado had and says that it's a sore subject. So Colorado football coach Deion Sanders responded on Thursday to a recent controversy involving university's decision to retire the jersey numbers of his quarterback son, Shedeur Sanders, and two-way star Travis Hunter. Let's hear from Coach Prime and what he had to say.
Retired jerseys can be a sore subject.
Not really.
Alums.
This is the first time I ever seen it sore. I don't know if you know it, but I'm retired, man. I think every jersey during I played in is retired. So I'm pretty familiar with this. So it's never been sore.
But why do you think that? What was your message like maybe Buff Nation and Buff alums who are
I don't have a message. I'm praying for my AD. I love him to life, Rick George. Let's get the elephant out the room. I don't want to talk about this too long. I'm going to just talk briefly and let it go. We talking about Shedeur. We ain't talking about nobody else. But his last name wasn't Sanders, we wouldn't have this discussion. The only reason we were having this discussion is his last name is Sanders. Okay? That's it. It's been so many things accomplished at this university expeditiously. It's been unbelievable. And I think we should be appreciative. We should be thankful. We have a room full of wonderful people that covers.
I'll start with you, Peyton, since you follow these guys pretty closely with Shedeur and Travis Hunter. What are your thoughts about their jerseys getting retired?
I think it was a good idea, but it happened too early. Like, they should have waited until they got to the league, until they did something amazing.
Yeah.
Because Travis Hunter wasn't really talking about, he was saying if he can't play two-way, he's not going to go to the league.
Yeah.
Like, what if they just decide not to go?
Yeah.
But that's my thoughts. Like, if they don't decide to go, then they're gonna be like, Buffalo Nation was gonna be like, oh, why they do this?
Yeah.
But they are pretty good. They're elite players.
Yeah, they're elite players, and I get what you're saying. If Travis Hunter, because Travis Hunter's going to get drafted. I mean,
well, they both going to get drafted.
Yeah, well, but however, Shedeur is the one that could slide. Just depending, and maybe Deion knows some things that we don't know, and possibly does, but to Peyton's point, it's too early.
No, I agree. Look, first of all, It wasn't Deion decision. It was the athletic director's decision for them. No. It was the athletic director's decision because
what a little push from Deion. Come on, man.
No. Look, it might have been acquiesced, but I mean, but again, here's the thing. I'm with you all words too soon because I think the last player that got his jersey retired was Rashaan Salam, and of course he won the Heisman, and I think he helped him win a national title. If not, I know he won because I know he had to retire because of that. No. He won because he won the Heisman. Bueckers was on the team that won the national title. But with Cordell Stewart not having his jersey retired, and I just, like you said, I just think the timing of it, let them get into the league, maybe come back a couple of years or whatever, and then have their jersey retired. Now, Travis will get his jersey retired regardless because he won the Heisman.
Of course.
And Shedeur, yeah, I think he won the top award for top quarterback play. But again, it doesn't mean that you 13 and 12. I don't have a problem with it. I think the biggest thing is just the timing, as we've all said.
You brought up an interesting name, and I was going to bring this up. Eric Bieniemy, running back at Colorado.
Yep.
Played in the NFL, played for the San Diego Chargers at one point. Yep. With some other teams. Coached in the NFL, won 2 Super Bowl titles
as a coordinator for 2 years
as a coach. Yeah, and has been around the league a long time. Went back, coach college, now back in the NFL. His jersey isn't even retired at Colorado.
Yeah, no.
So I mean, you have people like that would have something to say about. All right, you guys, you mean to tell me you guys have retired these 2 dudes' jerseys who have done. Absolutely. Now, you haven't even won a national title.
Well, the pushback, if there were to be pushback, is the fact that, again, I believe this is the AD's call because he was there before Sanders got there, which means that they could have retired those jerseys in the past. Why they haven't, that's a question that needs to be directed to him. Yeah. However, can't say they didn't do anything because they were one of the worst teams in college football 2 years ago when they were 1-11. Sanders and them obviously came in there, coming from Jackson State. They were 4-8 the first year, and people didn't think they were going to win that many games. But then, then they go into the Big 12, and everybody thought they were going to be placed last in the Big 12. I think they were 9-4 overall. So, again, to say that they didn't do anything is not true because they were not playing on primetime. They were not playing on Fox. They were not playing on ESPN. They weren't getting any type of publicity. And plus, now here's the biggest thing: money talks. The economy that Deion Sanders and Travis and Shedeur and all them brought in. At the end of the day, we are a capitalist society, and Colorado is cashing the big bucks. And so, again, that's why Deion got that extension as well.
Yeah, but money don't mean you retire jerseys.
I think Deion had some push on that.
Yeah,
and then.
Yeah, no push. He just didn't say no. Oh, he thought it was a good idea. Oh.
Yeah, he thought it was a good idea. But again, it is too early. But they did bring the team up. Yeah. But they could have accomplished a lot more.
They could have done it this fall.
And then
that one is still in school. That's the biggest thing right there.
Yeah, but they retired them both at the same time. I think that's also a little bit crazy too to me. They could have let Travis go into the league, Shedeur go into the league, and them elite players, let them do something great for themselves and then retire them at 2 different times and a little bit later, 2 to 3 years later.
And that's a good point, both at the same time. And that means that they feel like Shedeur is on the same level as Travis.
Yes.
And Travis is the one that went out there and won a Heisman. Had it been just Travis that got his jersey retired, I'm like, oh, cool. You won a Heisman. Bro, you're playing 2 ways. And about to get drafted top 3. Yeah. Cool. No argument. And I think that's why Deion said in his message, let's just talk about Shedeur. Because Travis is his own guy. He did a lot for this school.
I agree that the timing is bad, but Shedeur has broken almost every quarterback record at Colorado.
It's Colorado though.
I know, but it's they didn't think he could play in the Big 12, coming from Jackson State, they was they not built for football over here, but he came in and he was gunslinging and he had his right-hand man, Travis to throw to. I think it's just the timing. But I mean, you said Bianaby's not even his jersey's not even retired. I didn't know that. That's a little crazy. So, I mean, yeah, it's just the timing and yeah, Shedeur, he's been getting hate all through this draft process. So I think that was gonna happen regardless. But yeah,
let me ask you one question, Steve. Next year, let's say Arch Manning doesn't win a national title, but or a Heisman, but he plays well, decides he's going to go to the draft, and the University of Texas decides to retire his jersey. Is it going to be a big hubbub? Honestly.
No, because his last name's Manning.
There it is.
I also think, does he have good receivers, though? Because Shedeur had good receivers. He had Travis. He had Jimmy. Yeah. He had, I don't know who else he had, but he had a good receiver core.
Yeah.
He also had good players to throw to.
So you're saying it ain't just him. It's
and Shedeur happens to be a pretty good quarterback. Let's not, he
is a pretty good quarterback.
I don't really go. But look, there's a reason why he's going to get drafted. But people seem to forget about this, about Shedeur. Who his father is. He has learned defenses all his life. He can read a pro defense. He quarterback with, one-on-one with Tom Brady. Tom Brady has coached this man. The dude is a pretty good quarterback. And so people talking about his arm strength and what he can do in the NFL, bro, the pedigree is there. The DNA is there. I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll talk NBA playoffs. We'll see who we got as predicted winners this year. We'll also talk the Atlanta League introduces QR codes on official baseball. So QR codes are going to be on home run balls. We'll dive into that here coming up in about 15 minutes. We'll be right back. This is the W Show.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Hey guys, this is Steve Walls here at the Sideline Sports Talk Network Studios. I'm here with Ms. Gwen Goins, sales manager at CMG Home Loans. Talk about, first of all, exactly what is CMG?
CMG Home Loans is a mortgage company. We specialize in getting it done, from your regular conventional to your FHA to your government loans. We do it all. What sets us apart is we have a philosophy of every customer, every time, no exceptions, no excuses. Okay. So our goal is to get you financed, purchase a home, to refinance a home. We have all types of programs and just to help get it done.
How would someone that's interested in getting more information about CMG Home Loans get in contact with you?
Is GGOINS@CMGHomeLoans.com. Or you can always call me, 765-274-6366 is my cell phone. And then I have an office phone too, but it rings to my cell phone anyway, so cell phone's the best way.
What's up, W Show fam? Are you in the market for a new car? Make sure you go and check out our friends at Riceman Nissan. They're currently having a February sale, and they have over 300 vehicles in stock, and you can get up to $10,000 off. Mention the W Show, and they will take an extra $500 off their advertised price. Riceman is located right up in Tiffany Springs, just south of the airport. Let them show you the Riceman way, every customer, every time. Hey, what's up, sports fans? If you live in Missouri and are a friend of the W Show, here's your chance to be a champion with Underdog Fantasy. First off, go download the free Underdog Fantasy app on your app store, sign up and deposit using code the W Show to receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a free pick. Then select the sport, and all you have to do is select your lineup and choose higher or lower. The more champions points you play, the more you can win. Beat the pack and become a champion today. Remember to sign up and deposit using code the W Show to receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick. This holiday season and every day of the year, the Sola Santa Do Good Foundation is here to make a difference. They are a 501c3 organization dedicated to connecting high-functioning individuals with disabilities and their families to vital resources, support services, and opportunities. Through personalized professional development, community awareness, and education, they empower lives and create lasting change. Join their mission to do good 365 by volunteering, donating, or partnering with them today. Visit thesolacenter.org to learn more. Together, we can help everyone experience the fullness of life.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to use hashtag talk about it, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want. You can send us a message. You can tweet us, text us, whatever you want. We'll talk about it. We got a cool talk about it coming up here a little bit later in the show. Let's get back to our headline. So the 2025 NBA playoffs start today. The play-in tournament is over. The field is set. And it's time to see what team will make it to the finals from the East and the West. So the Western Conference playoff bracket looks like this. You have Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Memphis Grizzlies. And then you have Denver Nuggets versus the Clippers. And then the Lakers versus Minnesota. And then Houston versus Golden State. All right, let's talk first round for the West. OKC, Memphis.
I don't know. I think I got OKC.
OKC.
Smart man. I got OKC as well.
I got OKC too. C-Lens, who you got?
I got Memphis.
Ooh.
But
over OKC?
But just hear me out.
Okay.
I feel like this is like the perfect matchup, like for Memphis center Zach Edey, because like a lot of other teams when they play small ball, they take him out the game or they put him in that pick and roll action and like they just go at him.
Mm-hmm.
But with OKC being as big as they are, I feel like this is the perfect series for him to average that double-double and really show like his defensive presence in that paint.
Yep.
Because I mean, Shea gets to the basket like at ease.
Yeah, he's walking 25 points per game.
Yeah, but Jaren Jackson Jr., he's a former defensive player of the year, and I think Zach Edey he has a good defensive presence. So I got Memphis with the upset.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Denver Clippers. Who y'all got? I got Denver.
Ooh.
I got Clippers.
Ooh, okay.
Go ahead.
I would say because they have James Harden.
Okay. You're a James Harden fan. All right.
you know what? He's my question mark. If James Harden plays well, then I've got the Clippers. But you know what? I'm gonna go with the Clippers because I think Kawhi is playing well, and the fact that you fired your head coach 4 games before the start of the playoffs. Granted, I got to see how each team comes out in their game once today and tomorrow, but I really do like the Clippers to advance in this series against the Nuggets.
T-Lens, who you got?
I also am taking the Clippers
because only outlier. Okay.
There is no one on that Nuggets team that can check Kawhi Leonard one-on-one. And also, I think their center, Zubac, the Clippers, he's just as tall and as big as Jokic. I think he'll present problems for him. And
I don't know Jokic.
but when Jokic can step on the outside, though, man, he's a tough guard.
He's not gonna stop him, but he's gonna make it tough for him. But
I'm gonna be respectful of Jokic, but it's his cast because I don't know what Jamal Murray's gonna do for the game.
Yeah, if he goes off, he's good.
I don't think Jamal Murray and Russell Westbrook, I don't think anyone's fearing that backcourt right there.
Jokic has shown that he can have a 60-point triple-double and they still lose.
All right, Lakers, Minnesota. This is the game that I'm interested in seeing because you got LeBron, which he's on the last few games of his career, I believe. But then you have a Minnesota who Anthony Edwards is like, man, I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of going home in these playoffs. So, but I got the Lakers though because I think this 1-2 punch with Bron is gonna be good.
I've got the Lakers only because I don't trust Julius Randle, and we've seen, oh God, we have seen what happens when they try to put Rudy Gobert on Luka Doncic, and so I think the rest is going to help the Lakers being off essentially for the last 8 to 10 days. But yeah, I like the Lakers in this series. Ant's gonna do his thing, but I don't trust the supporting cast.
I got Minnesota.
What?
Okay.
Anthony Edwards is a dog. I believe it. They ain't going home.
All right.
Anthony Edwards gonna score 70 points because his teammates. I don't know, man.
He got I don't know the other guy. It was like
Julius Randle.
Yeah.
I don't trust Randle because I've seen him in the playoffs with the Knicks. And so again, that's a upset.
He might have a different mind. You never know.
Let's hope.
Got a dog mentality.
So far, parlay sakes.
Who you got, C-Lens?
I don't know. I'm leaning towards Memphis. I mean, not Memphis, Minnesota, just because that Laker bench is very iffy. Like when those starters go out, you don't know who can get you a bucket. I mean, like when they played the Warriors, their bench had 7 points. That was very that's not feasible in a playoff series.
Yeah.
Like you said, you know,
Minnesota does have depth. I
Yeah.
would give you that. I
Like-
mean, Nas Reed and Dante DiVincenzo. I mean, they do have some depth on that team.
exactly. Like, and you said that matchup with Rudy and Luka, like Minnesota does not want that. So when they go to small ball, Nas Reed is going to be that stretch 5, and I think he'll make a difference because I don't know if the Lakers got someone that could stop him.
Houston, Golden State. What you got?
You said Houston, Golden State.
Yeah.
Golden State.
Yeah, Steph in the playoffs. I don't think you said score 70. He's got that can go out there and score at least 40 if he needs to.
I'm going to Houston.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you the matchup to watch out for. Amen Thompson.
Yeah.
Against Steph Curry.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he did lock him down.
And you give Ime Aduka,
Udoka. Yeah.
This much time in the playoffs, and again, you're playing that. Look, in this playoff Jimmy stuff, I think he'll do well, and I think Steph will do well. But again, we talk about supporting cast. You know, Draymond Green. You see, Draymond Green, he and from Houston, they probably gonna be going at it and get kicked out and stuff. So I'm telling man, I'm so excited for the playoffs.
Yeah.
You just have no one, you know what, but I'm excited about it.
Chris, who you got?
You know who I got? I got the Golden State Warriors.
Okay.
Man, like that.
So I'm the only one out there on the line. Okay, cool.
You're talking about supporting cast. The Warriors, I think their bench is like top 3 in scoring.
They are.
Their offense is like top 5. Their defense is top 5. And then also, hey man, he had a good performance on Steph a few weeks back, but I don't think he can lock him down for a whole series because they're gonna put that pressure on him, and I don't think he's gonna chase Steph around and all those ball screens and all that. And I mean, playoff Jimmy is starting to really show up. I mean, he was averaging like 15 a game, but his last 3 games, he's averaging
Jimmy
at least
don't
like
equate to
30.
titles either, though, so.
Yeah.
Jimmy also didn't really have help. He had Tyler Hero, but
Yeah, Bam Adebayo.
Bam, I'll give it to Bam, but he didn't have Steph. Steph could just go do it. He could just go out there and score 80.
This is a huge upgrade from Bam and Tyler Hero. This is winning basketball.
Trust me, no arguments there.
Winning. All right. Eastern Conference first round, Cleveland, Miami. Real quick, who y'all got?
Cleveland.
I got Cleveland as well. Indiana, Milwaukee.
Indiana with the upset.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, they're the 4th seed, so I mean, it's still upset.
Milwaukee.
I think I got Indiana.
I have Milwaukee, depending on mine is kind of has it's like if Dame can come back, I know he won't be there the first game, but if he's able to come back, and even still he hasn't played in a while, so it's gonna just be depending on that. I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna go Indy.
Okay,
all right,
so I'll be on the island.
Knicks, Detroit basketball. Ain't that how they say it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'm going with the Knicks.
All right.
I got Detroit.
I got Detroit too.
Yeah, I got Detroit as well. I think they're just young and hungry.
You speaking of young and hungry, I think Detroit, and my cousin would love me if I say this. Got a lot of family live up there. We have a lot of family live up there in Detroit. Detroit is hungry to get to some kind of championship game. Like think about the Lions, and think about the Tigers, and think about the Red Wings. Like you got all these sports up there, they're yearning for just some type of championship.
Hold on, man. They just won 14 games last year. They tripled it. Look, I mean, just be happy with the progression.
I'm just telling you, that's word on the street.
Okay.
All right. So Boston, Orlando.
I mean, Boston.
I got Boston. Jason Tatum.
I got Boston.
Who you got? Orlando?
Come on, man. He trolling now. All right. The Atlantic League introduces QR codes in official baseball. So the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball, the ALPB, has become the first league to place QR codes on its official equipment, namely Drake Official Baseball. So the baseballs will specifically design QR codes for each Atlantic League club will be used when the ALPB opens up for the 2025 season next Friday. So the innovative digital code will provide Atlantic League teams with opportunities to reach their communities, featuring club assets, value offers, and partner messaging. Each of the 10 teams will have a unique and dynamic QR code imprinted on the official baseballs.
I'd say if I go yard and somebody gets my QR code, go do what you want with it.
Yeah.
It's different. I like it. I like the thought behind it.
Yeah.
They're also going to have it on every ball because you don't know which one is going to get hit, become a home run. But I like it. I mean, it's something innovative, and to me, it's going to be a matter of time before Major League Baseball does something with it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty dope. So the league president said each club now has another opportunity to personally engage its fans, whether through guest incentive offers, sponsor promotions, or both. When a fan acquires a foul ball or a home run, they can scan a QR code with their mobile device to receive special recognition. Since the team baseball QR codes are dynamic, offers and messaging can be customized every day. This is a fun way to maximize the team's value by personally interacting with their fans. So you talk about going yard. Let's just say you hit a home run and the QR code for that baseball, the specific baseball, is percentage off merch or of the day, or free hot dog for that day, or beer, or free tickets for the next season or the next homestand, or whatever you want to do. I think that makes people want to come out there, and not only it changes the seats, but it also, seating, because now you want to sit out in the outfield by the fountain select and all those instead of sitting behind home plate.
No, I like it. I do. As we said before, I mean, it's innovative. It's something that hasn't been done before, and I like the idea. Again, if it's something like that, especially when you're able to make money off of it. Granted, you're spending money to put it, but if people catch it and they go and spend money on it, then you're making money off of it. I don't have a problem. I love it. And again, I just think it's a matter of time before Major League Baseball decides that, you know what, we might have to follow that.
I say if somebody goes yard, more people already fight over like home run balls.
They do.
But hey, I'm getting me a free hot dog. I'm getting me a free bobblehead. Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Off of somebody going yard.
A bobblehead for scanning the QR code. That's dope. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take another quick break. Coming up, we'll have our Hater or Love It segment, and we have a talk about it. We'll be right back. This is the W Show.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC We Spin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC We Spin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC We Spin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC We Spin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Your loved ones matter the most. Take the burden away by pre-planning personal arrangements that fit you and your family perfectly. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services will be here to comfort your family and take special requests. Plan and feel confident your loved ones will be less stressed and can console each other in their time of need. We will be here when you need us at 816-231-GATE or visit kcgoldengate.com. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Football fans, you can't spell gate without Gates, and great tailgates start with Gates sauces and seasonings. Named synonymous with mouth-watering tailgates. When you make your list of tailgate essentials, add Gates sauces and seasonings to that list. Spice up your tailgate experience with that unmistakable great taste. Available in 4 tantalizing flavors: classic, sweet, mild, and hot. Find it at your local grocery, and if you don't see it, ask for it. Visit GatesBarbecue.com to purchase any of the great sauces and seasonings. Great tailgates start with Gates.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
All right, remember to use hashtag talk about it, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want. We do have a talk about it today, actually. This was pretty funny. It's comes in from Board Wheel 2899 on X. It said he said Red Robin releases $20 passes for daily burgers on bottomless and bottomless sides from May 1st to May 31st. So I had to look into this a little bit. I may have sent it to our family text thread too. It said, if you are looking for this pass, you're out of luck. The passes were extremely difficult to purchase due to the chain's websites crashing and encountered heavy traffic. So Red Robin put out these passes up for sale on April 17th for just $20. The black and gold card is what it was called, earns customers the right to a burger and bottomless side of fries every day for May, which is National Burger Month. So customers can use this card May 1st through the 31st as intended. However, substitutions and additions or premium size may result in additional charge. So the burger chain said if used daily, the card has a total potential value up to $682, according to Red Robin.
Hey. It crashed just in time. That's what I'm going to say. But also, the fries. They got the fries with the sauce. I don't know what the sauce is called, but it's amazing.
What is the Red Robin sauce called? Fry sauce called?
I don't know, but I had to ask my brother because he takes my twin nephews there all the time. Like that's a thing.
Kids eat free on what, Tuesdays? You know, kids eat free on Tuesdays.
Always saving $1. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, but I would definitely like to have one of these gold cards because you could possibly, let's just say it's valued at $689. What would you think? What would you buy a gold card? You know, you can go get a burger every day for the whole month.
If I get probably Five Guys, as expensive as it is.
I'm talking about how much would you? If somebody was selling this, like, hey, Darren, buy this from me. Give me $100 for it. $100?
I ain't doing that.
You know you can eat free for every day.
It ain't free because it costs me $100.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, if you talking about burgers, then I can just get $100. I mean, you know how much meat I?
Whoa!
you know how much ground beef I cost? You know how much ground beef
Oh my goodness, P-Dub, what do you think?
Hey. If it wasn't for Red Robin, because I don't go to Red Robin a lot, but if it was for like Cane's, hey, yeah. I'm buying that.
Cane's.
Man,
you can eat chicken fingers for
no seasoning, man. Come on.
The sauce?
Yeah, Cane sauce does it. You don't even eat seasoning. That's why they say the seasoning is in the sauce.
Okay.
Sauce. It's in the sauce.
All right.
I would go Cane's.
See, Lance,
Speaking of which, I gotta go get some A1 sauce after here for Thursday because you know what they feed us Thursday.
See, Lance, you going to get you gonna use the burger deal from Red Robin? $20 get you a burger for every day of the week in May.
Probably not.
No?
I don't remember the last time I've been to a Red Robin. I didn't.
Is it still active?
Red Robin?
You know what I'm saying? No, the coupon stuff.
No, it's active, but you can't buy one. Oh. They sold out April 17th in minutes.
You want to go get it?
Yeah, appreciate you sending that in, Board Will.
Brother will.
All right, let's get to our Hate It or Love It segment.
It's that time for Love It or Hate It.
Hate it.
If we love it, we talk about it. If we hate it, we move on.
All right, first up, our sneakers of the week. Kind of a blah week this week. Air Jordan 1 Low OG Rookie of the Year. Y'all feeling these?
Not at all.
No. All right. How about the NIGO Nike Air Force 3 Lows, black whites?
Pretty cool. I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. How about the Nike Cortez Jackie Robinson days?
Them look like some Unk shoes.
Hey, Jack Robinson. I ain't disrespectful.
But they are cool.
God, Jackie up. Jackie is on.
Hey, Jackie. Hey, I'm rocking them.
Unk shoes. I wouldn't rock them.
All right. How about the DTLR Adidas Superstar 2s, the Chicago's? Red, black, and green.
It's acquired.
Yeah. I ain't feeling these either.
Yeah, it's acquired.
Nah.
All right. New women's professional baseball league to launch in 2026. Hate it or love it?
Love it.
Love it.
All right, for the first time in over 70 years, Women's Professional Baseball League will launch with 6 teams, with a 6-team league in 2026.
Is Kansas City on the list?
Probably not.
I love it because softball, they be like, softball's so much harder. Now y'all can see how baseball really is a hard sport.
Right. All right. There has been a study done that current NCAA transfer portal by advisory group says that 65% of all D1 players who have entered the transfer portal had transferred down or didn't find a home. At the highest competition level, power forward, that's Big East Conference, 70% of student athletes who entered the portal transferred down and did not find a new home. And the lowest competition level, 61% of student athletes who entered the transfer portal transferred down to programs outside of D1 or did not find a home. Hate it or love it.
Love it.
Yeah, they're actually beginning to see that transfer portal ain't all what it's cracked up to be.
I mean, plus, I mean, they have choices, they have options. I mean, before they didn't, when they transferred, they used to have to sit out. Now you can, unless you're depending on the conference, whatever, you can transfer anywhere and play right away.
All right, we appreciate everyone who joined in on today's show. Appreciate P-Dub for coming to hang out with us. Darren, where can people find you?
KLKCradio.com, of course, on X, Darren Smith NFL, and of course, what all we do during the Chiefs football season.
P-Dub, how can people find you?
At PW24 on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere you know.
You got a new logo coming out too, man.
I do.
Where can people find that when you launch it?
I'll post it on my Instagram everywhere, and you'll find it.
All right.
I do got a question for you guys.
What's that? What
do you guys think about Jazz Chisholm's suspension?
Oh man, I think it was warranted. Yeah.
I mean, there's do's and don'ts, and he did the don't. You know.
Yeah.
Messed around and found out.
What do you think?
I don't think it was warranted. I don't think it was warranted because the ball was low. Hey, umps got knee glasses.
Okay.
Yeah, but they have rules in place. So, I mean, you can't post on Twitter and they tell you don't do stuff during the game, and that's what he did. So that's why he got suspended.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone, we'll be back next week. We are out of here.
Opinions expressed in the W Radio Show by the hosts, co-hosts, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of the W Show, 100.1 FM, One Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundations, or affiliates.